So another way you can set up your guide, I have the steel rule out of a combination square, and when I measure the width, it measures 1 inch. So another way you can set up your guide, I have the steel rule out of a combination square, and when I measure the width, it measures 1 inch. So I can go ahead and use my tape measure and mark the actual cut line, which is going to be 18 inches. So just like before, I'll mark it in 3 places. Trying to be reasonably accurate with my measurements. Okay, now I can take the thin side of the guide, this little edge right here. Might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but I'll line that edge up with my marks. So I can see my mark down there. I get the guide reasonably close. I'll go ahead and loosely clamp it. And I can see my third mark right there, so my measurements are pretty good. So now I'll take my pen and I'll just draw the actual cut line right along my guide here. Alright, let me show you what that looks like. Alright, so it's a little hard to see, but my actual measurement mark was right there. And my third measurement mark was right there. Oops, my middle one. And my other end one was right there. So then I just used my pen and drew a line right along this edge. That represents the actual cut line. So now I can go ahead and remove these clamps. Put my pen back in my pocket. Don't need the tape measure anymore. What I'm going to do is move the guide over and take my 2 1-inch wide steel rules, put them right along my line that I just drew. I'm going to switch to the other side of the guide, bring that up to my steel rules. I'm going to go ahead and loosely clamp. These into place. That one's already pretty close. Alright, so let me show you what that looks like. have my guide set up the right distance away from my cut line. My clamps are tight, and I'm actually ready to make the cut. Go ahead and put on my hearing protection. I've got my saw blade all set up, just like before. Quick double check. Yep, everything's out of the way. Go ahead and make my